In today's video, I want to introduce one of the best and most accurate indicators on TradingView that perfectly finds trends and support and resistance levels on the chart. To add this amazing indicator to our chart, here we click on indicators and we search trend cylinder. This one, which is written by Zierman. Alright, as you can see, this indicator is overlaid on the price chart in the form of some channels that are connected to each other. This indicator takes into account both of price change and volatility to provide the current trend direction, and besides trend identification, it also identifies the upper and lower bands that adapt to the volatility changes, so it can also be used for potential support and resistance levels, breakouts, and pullbacks alongside with trend identification. Here in the middle of the channel, you can see that we have a line and it's our trend line. Let me change its color so we can better see it. Here for trend line, we set the color on white. Alright, as I said, this is our trend line and it's actually calculated based on volatility and another two factors, which are trend factor and step settings. Here for volatility, it's set at 100 by default, and it's the length of the look back period for calculating volatility. If we increase it, our indicator adapts slower to volatility changes, and if we decrease it, it adapts more quickly to volatility changes. Here the factor defines the sensitivity of our trend line to the price changes. If we increase it, our trend line becomes less sensitive and so smoother and responds slower to the price changes. But if we decrease it, it makes it more sensitive and more reactive to the price action. Having a higher or lower value for factor depends on your trading strategy. If you want to have a longer term trend of the market identified on your chart, so you should increase it. And on the other hand, if you want the indicator show every turning points of the market in a shorter term view, so you should decrease it. And here for the step, it actually defines that in times that we have sudden price changes in the market, how quickly our indicator will adjust itself. Similarly, higher values causes slower adjustment, so we will have smoother trend line, and lower values causes a faster adjustment. Alright, so this line in the middle of the channels is our trend line, and it helps us to identify the current trend of the market. When the price is below the trend line, it shows that the market is in a downtrend, and when the price is above the trend line, it shows that the market is in an uptrend. We have also these upper and lower bands, which are actually zones and represented by these colors, and they are not static. It means that they dynamically adjust themselves based on standard deviation and average true range, so we will have more flexible representation of price movement for identifying potential trading ranges. In other words, these upper and lower zones are acting as a moving targets of support and resistance levels. For example, during uptrends, the trend line acts as a support level, and we expect that whenever the price reaches to around this trend line, it will stop and reverse. And these purple zones are resistance zones. When the price reaches to this resistance zone, we expect that the price will stop and reverse. But a breakout also can happen, like here. If the resistance level is broken and the breakout is valid by having a large candle, we can expect more advancing of the price until it finds resistance in a new level. And when the trend line is completely broken and the price goes below the trend line, it tells us that we are in a downtrend, and in downtrends, the trend line acts as a resistance level, and these pink zones act as a support level. By having these three important levels of the market, you can set your stop loss and take profit orders with higher degree of accuracy. For example, when the price is below the trend line and you are opening some short positions, you can set your profit targets at these support levels, and you can set your stop loss above the trend line because you know that it's a resistance level and the price is less probable to pass this level. But as I said, less probable, and we can have these kinds of movements which mostly run by large and institutional traders just to wipe out stop losses on significant levels for making some large profits in the market, which is also known as stop hunting. These breakouts and false breakouts also provide very good trading opportunities based on price action analysis and volume analysis. Let me add volume to our chart, this one. And then it's in settings. Here in the style tab, I activate volume moving average, so we can evaluate volume based on its moving average. When we have a breakout like this, which is essentially a false breakout, after this we can have two situations. One situation is that instantly we will have a strong red candle that will close below the broken level, or in another situation we have some candles and a little price action above the broken level, and then we will have a red candle candle, which closes below the broken level. For both of these cases, if the red candle has higher than average volume, it's a signal that we had a false breakout and the price is probably going to decline. And we can have a similar situation in uptrends where we get a false breakout below the support level. This indicator is a perfect tool to show significant levels on the chart, which can be effectively used with other indicators or other aspects of technical analysis like price action analysis, or even as an auxiliary tool in your trading strategies for identifying potential support and resistance levels for your stop loss orders and profit targets. Alright, that's it. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions, feel free to ask and leave a comment for me. I'll answer your questions as soon as possible. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and hit the bell so you get the notifications of my new videos. See you guys in next video and good luck with your trading.